shooting on the phone today. With that being said, got a ton of shit to talk about. The irony of all of this is, as usual, I'm just going to be repeating shit that I've previously said. But the funny thing about this is, give me 1 minute, I'll be right back. The funny thing about this is, now everybody else is repeating what Jack Frost has been saying. So, I don't know how to take that. That over here at the BBN Network, for the last, I don't know, 2 years we've been saying something that nobody else has been saying, and now people are saying it. It's however you want to accept that. So, first I'm going to say something that I just heard academics say. And we just talked about this last week, so I just want to be clear on this as we talk about the Tjay situation. So what basically happened was this. TJ and his friends did go down to the Chipotle to get something to eat, and it was in the middle of the morning. When they go down to Chipotle to go get something to eat, some dudes roll up on them to rob them. When the dudes rolled up on them to rob them, they asked little TJ for his chain. He say no. Now this is one thing I want to say. All of you rappers, I don't care how tough you are. I don't care how many guns you got with you. When you go into the fucking Chipotle in the middle of the morning or in the middle of the night, it is what it is. Niggas outside. It's 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. In the middle of the fucking morning, could you leave the shit in the safe? That's one. So he goes downstairs. They go to the Chipotle, as per academics. As they go to the Chipotle, what ends up happening is the dudes roll up on him to rob him. He's not giving up the gold. He not giving nothing up, so they hit him. When they hit him, his friends that's with him, they pull out. They back the niggas down. Now check this out. That could have been the end of little TJ if they didn't have something on them. If they didn't have something on them, that could have been the end of him. Envy is a motherfucker. Stop acting like when we see envious, jealous people that what they are. We know what they are. Copy? Little TJ was about to lose his life because of some jealous motherfuckers. What I want to know is who wanted to go to Chipotle in the middle of the fucking morning. That's what I want to know. We doing roll call at the 5-minute mark. That's what I want to know. Who wanted to go to Chipotle in the middle of the fucking morning? But hold on. Because he shouldn't even been outside at the Chipotle. They should have went down there by themselves. Just so we could be clear. Hold on. Let's slow down for a minute. Check this out. Pay attention. The place where this happened at now wants to charge little TJ's homies with gun possession. I got a problem with this. Why? What was we talking about the other day? I said, yo, you want to know what the issue is? I said, yo, the problem is the people that want to have guns for all the wrong purposes, they're going to go get illegal guns. The people that want to have an issue or that want to commit crimes, they're always going to be able to go get illegal guns. Right? So when we have these gun laws, and I'm not talking about the gun laws after you commit a crime with a gun. I'm talking about these gun laws that are put into place to minimize the ability for people to have legal guns. What you're doing is you're making it so that the streets have an inordinate amount of people who have guns on them, who have them for illicit purposes. Of course, there's going to be more crime. Now, with that being said, what we were saying was, I don't think that even if you have a gun that you're not supposed to have, if you in a situation where somebody is causing for a thing to happen and you respond back accordingly and not in the you're not supposed to have the gun. We get that. But you're not the aggressor. You're not the one. Somebody else is shooting at you, so you start shooting back. I don't think that there should be certain shit that should be waived. You might be being a hero. We understand we can't have vigilantes out there, but you might be being a hero. Certain shit just got to be overlooked. We have to have a certain level of humanity. Now, once again, I'm going to explain this. Listen and pay attention. Let's do roll call real quick. Shout out to Kingslayer. Says, good morning, Jay. Can you drop in all of those floors? Good morning, my brother. Salute. Hope everything is going well with you. Shout out to It's Easy. Says, yo, morning floors. Let's go. Shout out to Mind, Body, and Soul. Dropping all of those floors. What up to El Prez? El Prez says, salute floors, BBN family. Let's be great, everyone. And whenever we helping somebody else be the best of them that they could be in that moment, we being the best us that we could be. So everybody go out there and be great. God first. Mind, Body, and Soul says, good morning, BBN fam. Look, check this out. I want to be clear about this. I want to be extremely transparent as possible. How did they know that he was going to be in the Chipotle in the middle of the fucking morning? Barely had anything in the damn cup. And it's cold by now. How did they know he was going to be in the Chipotle in the middle of the morning? That's the first question. His mother, Hassan Campbell, said that his mother was speaking with him, and his mother apparently told him a story that led Hassan Campbell to believe that he was lined up. Now, I don't think, or I don't recall if when I heard Hassan, shout out to Hassan Campbell, shout out to DJ Academics. I don't recall if when I heard Hassan Campbell talking about it, if he said specifically that she said that he was set up. I don't recall that being something that he said. Although he did say that he was lined up. So I'm believing that whatever the totality of the story in which she expressed to him, whatever whatever that story entailed, led him to believe that he was lined up. And what I'm saying is, how do these dudes know that he was in the fucking Chipotle at fucking 2 o'clock in the fucking morning? Does he usually eat around this time? If so, that means that, that's a whole nother question then. How do they even know he's there? These dudes just hang around the freaking, the mezzanine. These guys just hang around the vicinity looking for rappers? I mean, that's a possibility, but El Press says if these rappers have anyone in their crew who does not have a felony, they need to get them licensed, trained to be security guard, and to carry a concealed weapon. I'm going to take it a step further. Instead of training your kids to be gang members, know that being a bodyguard for a rapper is a real job. Why don't you get your kids in classes for martial arts, which also teaches discipline? Make sure that your kids grow up with no records. Because getting your kid a gun license is the #1 objective. So you're making sure that your child has the discipline. So that when they do get the gun, they know how to use it. They won't need to use it. And when they do use it, they're going to use it accordingly. And then on top of that, we're going to make sure that they don't have any felonies, anything, no problems with the law. We have to retrain our children. We have to stop first. We have to get our children into the realm of where they're mentally not looking at what other people have and feeling away. That's the first thing that we need to do. I'm going to tell you something about me that I didn't even realize until I got older. When I was a kid, I never really felt jealous about what other kids had. even if it was something that I wanted, I didn't feel jealous that another kid had it and I didn't. I told y'all. There's like one time in my life that I can remember being jealous is when I saw the fours. The fucking fours, man. I was like, what the fuck? This nigga had 2 pairs. I'm running around with hand-me-down sneakers. I fucking was so pissed. But I was more pissed that I couldn't fit his sneaker size because he's the kind of cool-ass motherfucker that would have gave me a pair. You feel me? Salute to Tjay in just a minute. Al murder, let's go. For real, for real. So yeah, so generally I just wasn't like that. And also I want to say something. Shout out to my homie Mandel. So I'm gonna tell you a story real quick. I just gotta stop right now because I'm just gonna give a shout out to an old story that happened in my life. Real quick, it'll take 2 seconds. So we had a homie named Mandel. He had all of the video games, everything. We ain't had nothing. Like we had stuff, but we ain't have what he had because he got all the stuff as soon as it dropped. Because he had like that kind of family. So we'll have this and we'll have that, whatever. But you know, it's a lot of us. Our shit break. So we had Nintendo. We didn't have Genesis. So we had Sega Genesis. So that's back when Madden was big. You understand what I'm saying? Madden, fucking 2K. I mean, not Madden 2K. Madden Live, that shit was big. So our crib was the crib you came to hang out at. That was the crib I lived at. My crib, when I stepmother, rest in peace to Bertha Taylor, you come over to our crib, you know what I'm saying? That's where you hang out at. That's where we hung out at. Just to let you know what it is. For real, for real. So he'll bring the game over, and this is what I mean. It's a real nigga. Salute. He'll play me to see if we leave the game over there. So shout out to Fancy Black. So one day he was gonna take the game, and Fancy Black was like, "Yo, I'll play you for it." I think he beat him for it first. So I was nowhere near. I was somewhere else doing some other shit. So I came back. I was like, "Yo, OD, man." He was like, "Nah." He's like, "He left already." I said, "Yo, so what the fuck his game is doing here?" He's like, "Yo, I played him for him. I beat it." After that, he had to buy a new game. Shout out to that nigga. Shout out to that nigga. Because he kept playing this for. I mean, if he didn't want to play this for it, he could have just took the shit. Don't get it confused. Nobody was enforcing him to do anything. He would just want to be a part of this. This was just some dope shit that we did all the time. You feel me? Like, we did a lot of dope shit as kids. Anyway. OBH, let's go. Official Buddha heads. Alright, look, salute. So, what I'm saying is this. Back to the TJ shit. So, what I'm saying is this. Listen and pay attention. When Lil TJ, homies pulled out to protect his life, I don't like that they're now being charged for gun possession. I don't like that. Like, we got to do something about that. Like, where are the activists? Y'all want to go preach and do all of this shit, right? Y'all need to pull up right now. This is something that we will get behind you on. You don't have to talk about... Right now, they're talking about there's a war of fucking hip-hop. This is part of the war of hip-hop. Tell me when I'm wrong. It's not just using fucking lyrics in court. It's also about rappers' ability to protect themselves when they're out in the environment. 100%. You know who's part of the war of hip-hop? Not just these authority figures that you guys keep talking about over here. But the mofos that look like you, that's out here to rob and steal and kill you. They also part of the war in hip-hop. They just pretending to be part of hip-hop. Why is it part of hip-hop culture for black men to kill each other? Because you said it is, not because it actually is. You know what real hip-hop culture is built on? Coming together, unity. Not just blacks, but everyone. See, y'all wasn't around in the 80s. Guess who was? You ever been to a real fucking party in the projects? A real block party? A real hip-hop party with the fucking boom boxes, the blockbusters that be like 6 feet tall speakers? That was some homemade shit. You ever been to any of those? Guess who has? So I say all that to say this. You go to these things, you don't just see black people. You see all different races of people doing so much different shit. You ever been to a fucking yard when niggas was fucking tagging trains? That's hip-hop. Do you remember when they used to take the cardboard, throw it on the floor, and that was now the dance floor? That's hip-hop. Do you remember at fucking lunch? It's time for lunch and we get in the circle. And niggas is in the middle of the circle break dancing. That's hip-hop. Killing each other is not hip-hop. Hip-hop is not envying what the next person has and trying to take it. Hip-hop is appreciating what everybody is bringing to the table and incorporating it. Hip-hop is about being one. Let me put this on live chat. Shout out to the few. Shout out to Suzette Carbuckle. Shout out to Mind, Body, and Soul. I only have 2 right now, currently. I'm gonna go check. Alright, so look, listen, pay attention. If anybody is feeling like they're blocked, I have not blocked you. I will figure something out. Only got 2 admins currently. Listen and pay attention. I want to be clear on something. I don't want there to be a misunderstanding. I don't want there to be a misunderstanding. I am literally one of the coolest people you're ever going to meet until I get agitated. Once I'm agitated, I am not that super cool person. Think about how you get when you get upset. Now imagine people trying to tell people that that's the totality of who you are when you're upset, and trying to destroy your narrative. Imagine somebody trying to say that everything that encompasses you, of who you are as a human being, is those moments in which you have been agitated, upset, and angry. Every other moment that is a part of who you are, that doesn't count, because that just means that you have various different personalities. It doesn't mean that you was in a different mood. Now imagine that. Think about that and hold on to that. That's what they're doing in hip-hop. They're making people think that the totality of what hip-hop is the murder and the death, when that has nothing to do with hip-hop. That's just what people, or part of me, of what something that is a close to the culture gets involved in. But that's not what the culture is. You trying to tell me you have never been upset? Think about that for one moment. You telling me you have never been angry, you have never been upset, you have never sat somewhere where people have been pushing your buttons for hours and days and months and years on end. You trying to say you've never been upset? You've never been angry? Think about that for a moment. Think about that for one moment. All right? Hold on. I gotta find the thing. Because that's what they're doing to hip hop. They're taking all the, first of all, they're taking moments in hip hop and they're misappropriating. Like a thing is happening, we all see a thing happen. They're taking the thing that happened, they're chopping the thing up, and they're only showing the parts and telling you what you're seeing. Totally gaslighting. That's what they're doing to hip hop. That's what they've been doing to hip hop. That's why there's people that really believe that all rappers is killers and murderers and want to rape their women. There's people that believe that. You do know that, right? Just like there's people that believe that all black men are sexual predators and all black women just want to have sex and they're all whores. There's people that believe these shits. You do know that, right? There's people that believe that that's literally what our culture is. And that's why when you see some people try to emulate our culture, those are the aspects of it that they emulate. Because that's what they believe our culture is at its base element. Just think about that. Are you mad at the person that's gaslighting you after you find out that they gaslit you? Are you going to keep holding accustomed to those emotions that they just gaslit you on? Are you then going to pay attention to that they gaslit you and now you feel away and you're going to go get whatever kind of, act accordingly now after figuring it out? What am I going with? I need to do a thing real quick. Give me 1 second. I can see like this much more screen and shit. So, just something to keep in mind of, because how in the hell do you want to send them dudes, give them dudes charges when they were saving someone's life? They were saving somebody's life and they want to give them charges. That's crazy. They were literally saving somebody's life. So we have to decide how we're gonna move. How is that even a thing? Anyway, shout out to Hassan Campbell. I'm sorry, I'm working with the thing right here. Shout out to Hassan Campbell. Hassan Campbell basically said that he's talked to the moms. Hassan Campbell said that when he talked to the mother, one of the things that the mother said apparently led him to believe. I don't know if he's saying definitively that she said he was set up. I don't think that's what he said. I think he basically was saying that he believed that he was set up, and after he spoke with the moms, that's what I believe he actually said. Just so we can be clear. That's what I believe he actually said, just so we can be clear. And if that is what he said, I want to know what the mom said to him. Like, what did the mother say to him? I mean, I'm curious. Because if she definitively said that she believes he was snitched on, then I'm like, all right, I'm here for that. But if she didn't definitively say that, then what did she say? You understand what I'm saying? Because to be quite honest with you, from what I heard, DJ Academic say is the story that I just told you a minute ago. I'm going to tell you it again right here now for everybody that just came in. DJ Academics basically said what happened is that Lil Tjay went down to the Chipotle, and it was in the middle of the night, in the middle of the morning, pardon me, and Lil Tjay went down to the Chipotle with his homeboys because they went down there to get something to eat or whatever. The Chipotle was open? Like, what the fuck? Or did they just think it was open? I have not the slightest idea. So they went down to the Chipotle. When they went down to the Chipotle, what ends up happening is some dudes run into them and they pull out guns on them, and they want to get down. So when they pull out the guns on them, what ends up happening is when they pull the guns out on them, what ends up happening is little TJ don't want to give up the chain, so they hit him. Now, I'm going to say this much. Little TJ lungs collapsed twice. I don't know if both of his lungs collapsed or one lung collapsed and then the other lung collapsed. But his lungs allegedly collapsed twice. Allegedly collapsed twice. I'm not like I said before, I'm not sure definitively if both of his lungs collapsed, if he was hitting both sides of his chest, if he was hitting one side of his chest. I'm not 100% sure. I'm doing the thing. I need everybody to be patient with me for a moment. Okay, boom. I'm done doing that. That's done. It's gonna do what it do at this point. I believe this is the one and only, right? Shout out to the one and only with the $5 drop. What did the 5 fingers say to the face? All of the things. Check this out. I just want to be clear on this. So little TJ's homies pull out. They save his life. That's not even a question. We need to have. I don't even want to say we need to have laws changed, but I think that people need to pull up. We need to have, where's our advocates at? Like, this is a reason to pull up. This is a war on black people. There's a war, there's a civil war going on. Black people against black people. That's because we have a lack of resources. And whenever there's a lack of resources, the people that are in that area is going to fight over the resources. So the only way to stem some of the problems that we have in our community is to address the overpopulation issue, because now we're all clustered in smaller developments because we're getting gentrified and pushed either into small pockets or, outside somewhere where you go to different communities. So the first thing we need to do is get resources into the communities, especially the overpopulated areas. They know where the overpopulated areas are because all of your kids go to freaking school. That's one. Two, they know where the overpopulated areas are because, like, they do census type shit. That's three. Hold on. So that's what they need to do. That's just so we can be clear. So we have an eternal war, black on black problem. Then we have a different war that's also going on, where there are people who are not part of our community who are using our community to attack other people that is part of our community. There you go. I was looking for you. Shout out. I was looking for you, one and only. I was looking for you. Let's do roll call. Did I do roll call? Yeah, I did do roll call day 9 today. Shout out to New York NYC Faxes. What up, Jack? Let's have a good morning. Let's have a great morning. How about that? What up, Trent Dill, for haven't seen you in a while? He's actually in football. He was a quarterback. And he was a quarterback. Did he win a ring with somebody and they always make fun of him? Or was he just in Cincinnati? He could have just been in Cincinnati. Shout out to Trent Dilfer, the quarterback also. Also, one and only, I was looking for you because I just did a thing because a thing happened. And I accidentally hit your name. Can you comment again, please? One and only says, good morning, everyone. Please be safe and aware of your surroundings. New York Transport says, good morning to all. Listen, pay attention. This is a war on black people. It's not going to stop being a war on black people until we stop warring on ourselves. You want to know black people sometimes the most petty against ourselves? Like, and I'm not trying to be a dick, but we find the littlest, tiniest reasons in the world to now decide that we'll stalk other people or help somebody stalk somebody. Yes, this sounds like it's self-fulfilling what I'm talking about, but these are facts. You think they just found little TJ in the middle of the fucking morning inside of a Chipotle? Or do you think that there was somebody that was envious of him? Somebody that was jealous of him? Somebody that other people probably didn't even think it was a big deal? Which one do you think was more liable to happen? that some shooters was just walking and they was just chilling in the middle of the morning and say, hey, they go little TJ, let's get him. Or that somebody said, Joe, we're going to get little TJ down at the store. That bang, bang, bang. You just going to walk in there. Don't worry, you're going to give it up. Little TJ from the Bronx, ain't he? Yeah, he wasn't going to give it up. Just so we can be clear. He's from the Bronx, ain't he? He's not just from the Bronx. He's from down the block from where I used to live. I'm telling you, he ain't giving it up. He from 164 from Wharton, I heard. That's what somebody came in here and said the other day. If you know what 164 from Wharton is about, you know what it is. One and only says, it's so inhumane that these young men are hunting each other like animals. Yo, look, listen, pay attention. I agree with you, by the way. Listen, look, pay attention. What up, Charlie Champion? Listen, look, pay attention. I'm telling you what I believe the issue to be. And the main number one problem. Listen, pay attention. We have to stop standing by and allowing bullshit to happen. I keep saying this. It says that it's a saying that says all it needs for evil to win is for a good man to look the other way. We have to stop practicing looking the other way. That's a practice that we have now. It's a practice. I'm going to explain something. You want to know why Amber Heard is going on all of these shows and doing all of these interviews? I'm going to tell you why Amber Heard is doing all of these interviews right now. Because she's lying. That's why she has to keep talking about it. Because she needs as much lie content out there as possible about the situation. That's literally what she's trying to do. If she was telling the truth, she wouldn't be telling... First of all, if she was telling the truth, she wouldn't have 1,000,000 points. There's no way every single thing that somebody did and said is wrong. That's not possible. You get it? So why does she have to keep repeating it? Because it's a lie. But I digress. The war on black people, the war on hip-hop extends past the police. The war on hip-hop, the war on black people extends past the police. It extends way past the police. It extends past people, Caucasian people. It extends past races. The war against black people extends also to our own people, is my point. Can we be our own ally and stop looking for everybody else? Do we got allies outside of our race? We got tons of them. We got a ton of people that they don't got nothing against black people and they're for the human race just like I'm for the human race. There's a ton of them. I don't want to make it sound like I'm not saying that. Because I got to say stuff like that or somebody is going to make a video saying that I'm saying contrary. That's just how bananas niggas are. That's how far the hate goes. So I say all that to say this. And let's go to the racists out there. When you see a racist just tearing down a black man to just be tearing down a black man, see what it is. It's racism. What black man sits around all day and tear down a white man? When you see somebody just tearing down another person, see what it is. It can't be true. How could it possibly be true? How could all of these negative things about this person be true? How could all of these negative things about hip-hop be true? How could hip-hop only be about black people killing each other? How could hip-hop only be about black women being whores? How can hip hop only be about hating the police and shooting or getting shot by the police? How can hip hop only be about the drug use and the drug selling? It isn't. That's not even hip hop. That's just street shit. The one and only says, she, AH, played a damsel in distress card and it got rejected. She needs mental health assistance. I'm going to tell you what happened. She tried to own Johnny Depp. And I'm going to say because I had the same experience more than multiple times. And that's why I go through what I go through. People come to you and tell you if you don't do a thing, they're going to destroy you. I've been told that at least 5 or 6 times already. I've been told that at least 5 or 6 times already. That if I don't do something, that somebody is going to destroy me. I'm never going to do the thing. I'm just not. I wouldn't be able to. I'm just not. Just so we can be clear, I'm just not going to do whatever the thing is. You can ask anybody that know me, I'm not going to do it. They'll tell you I've never did whatever the thing is. Whatever the threat is, I've never did it. They'll tell you. So basically what happened was she went to Johnny Depp and told Johnny Depp that if he didn't do a thing that she was going to destroy him. He didn't do the thing on time and or the way she wanted him to do it. But he actually did do the thing. Basically, she was going to get evicted from some place that he owned. He told her she didn't have to leave for like 4 or 5 months. But she didn't want to never have to leave. She wanted to keep the place. 4 or 5 months wasn't good enough for her. So when he said 4 or 5 months, that wasn't good enough. She wanted to hear forever. She never wanted to give the place up. So she decided to do an op-ed to try to make him sound like he was somebody that he wasn't. He has the money to fight it. You can't just go online lying about people. You just can't. As soon as somebody that could go get a lawyer and pay, you're fucked. You just can't do that. You can't just go. You're not going to be able to go and say it's for humor. You understand what I'm saying? You're not going to be able to do that. You're not. Like, it's not going to be, you're not. Like, you don't understand. So it's whatever side you on in regards to this war on hip hop. Y'all want to talk about the Wack 100 thing or no? He's part of the war on hip hop. He's actually doing any. I don't know what to say. 1 minute he's saying some shit that I'm like, Wack, you're incredible, thank you. And then the other minute he's saying some shit that I'm like, Wack, you're incredible. What the fuck? So Wack is a hit or miss. He'll say some extremely poignant, dope shit. And then in another moment, he'll just say something and I'll be like, you can't have that position, homie. Like, you know better and I know you know better. But he's doing this for entertainment. You understand what I'm saying? So Wack is here for the entertainment value. Wack is doing it for the entertainment value. So when you accept it like that, you can look at it a certain way. I like Wack's platform. I like what they're doing. I don't got no beef with it. Even when he talking crazy, I don't got no beef with it. Honestly. His platform treated me fairer than that other platform that I went on a couple of times where they tried to fucking ambush me and everything. Nah, I'm not doing that. So Wack 100 actually had a conversation with Cowboy. And Cowboy admitted that he knew the rules, and Wack was like, you know, that's against the rules, or whatever the case is. But I want to say something that I found extremely interesting in the beginning of that whole conversation that Wack was having, that I find interesting and actually dope. Wack admitted that Cowboy is now a businessman. So therefore, he's just going to move differently. You can't get, he's a businessman. He has business that he does with the city. You do notice, right? Like, he plans on doing more business with the city 9 times out of 10. Like, when you a business owner, when you buying property, when you doing shit like that, you need to have certain connections with the city. You need to have, you can't have a bad relationship with the city unless your money is long as shit. You understand? Your money got to be so long you could buy niggas. Because they don't like you, but they're not going to reject the money. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's how long your money got to be. So he's not in the position where he could be making enemies when you shouldn't be. Like I said before, like if you living somewhere and you have a business and you doing well, you should always give to whatever your local fucking precinct is. Because they are now your security. I'm just keeping it a stack with you if you want to stay alive long and if you just want to do what you're supposed to be doing as a business owner. If you're a business owner and your money is right, especially if you are a property owner, you should be donating to whoever the local fucking precinct is. That gives you a voice. That's what people aren't realizing. That gives you a voice. That's what people aren't realizing. That gives you a voice. El Perez says, the irony of a non-law-abiding citizen talking about rules is crazy. My dude, I'm going to tell you the even wilder part about him talking about him being a non-law-abiding citizen and all this shit, right? I'm going to tell you what even the wildest part about this is. He's a law-abiding citizen talking about how people should be not a law-abiding citizen. Remember, Wack is committing no crimes. What crimes is Wack committing? Wack is committing no crimes. But he's constantly out here telling people to do crash test dummy shit and stick to those rules. John Cunnington said, what you said about Amber is correct. It's similar to when multiple people are consistent about one person. Actually, it's not similar to when multiple people are consistent about one person. It's consistent. Oh, you're saying when the one person is being shit talked about. Yeah. Everybody's stories are the same because they get together and they form the lie. Yes. It's impossible for everybody's story to always be the same. It's impossible. Because if we all experience something, our experiences are going to differentiate depending on what our personalities are. So there's no way we're all going to have the same story. You ever been somewhere with somewhere? You ever been somewhere with someone? Hold on. You ever been somewhere with someone and y'all both experienced the same thing, but your stories were different? There's a reason. Because you got different perspectives. If everybody is saying the same exact thing, it's obviously a story that they put together. Like, what the fuck? Like, this isn't... How do you think the police find you niggas? How do you think the police be knowing you lying? Y'all go into the fucking interrogation room and y'all say everything word for word the same. God damn it, man. Like, I can't be that much... I can't be that much smarter, man. Like, this shit is 1 + 1 is 2, man. I can't be. I really can't be. El Perez says, Team Slurp in the building. You want to slap somebody, El Perez? We could always slap some haters. We could always slap some haters, man. We could always, we could always slap some haters. Other than that, I'm just going to leave it alone. We could always slap some haters. Shout out to the one and only slapping a hater earlier. We could always slap some haters. That's literally how the police be knowing y'all niggas be lying though. Y'all be going into the interrogation. The shit be, you can tell it's rehearsed. Everybody's saying the same exact thing. It's rehearsed. Like, what the fuck? Like, nobody else been around kids that lie? Nobody else. Nobody else been around and talked to a group of kids while they all telling the same lie. Nobody else. I'm the only one. Said y'all was gonna ruin my life. You are not failing. Y'all said y'all was gonna ruin my life. Y'all not failing. Y'all are winning. I am 100% not even gonna lie to you. Y'all niggas is winning and I don't see no way out of it. Anything y'all want to talk about? Obviously, nobody cares about this content. We've been here for 47 minutes. I got 19 likes. Anything y'all want to talk about? We got almost 100 people in here with 19 likes. Like I said before, I know y'all don't like me. So anything else y'all want to talk about? Anything else y'all want to talk about? I don't know what to talk about. I know y'all don't want to talk about this. Anything else y'all want to talk about? Anything else y'all want to talk about? I don't know what to do. I know. Look, anything else y'all want to talk about? I'm not gonna be y'all slave. So whatever y'all want to convince everybody of, just do it. I'm not gonna be your slave, and that's it. And I'm not going back and being those other people's slave. I'm not doing that either. So I'm not doing that. Can't live with that. What y'all want to do? Yeah, anything y'all want to talk about, man? I'm not gonna hold y'all. All right. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm out. Later.